Next, we'd like to talk about the game's most powerful attack, the Rising Rush.
Yep. It's we'd like to think it's very iconic of the Dragon Ball Legends action. It's an ultimate attack done by all the party members in you that are still standing.
Yeah, no, I think it looked super cool.
I'm really glad to hear that. We put a lot of effort into that too, and also it is literally one of the most powerful available attacks in the game. So just like with the Vanishing Step, it can make or break that game in an instant.
Yeah, it sure can.
So we have our phone right here. Let's actually show the users how it's done.
Okay.
Hopefully they know, but it is a simple explanation before moving on. All right, so on the right side, right above your arts card, you can see those Dragon Balls lined up.
Yeah.
It's a total of 7. You get all 7, you can do your Rising Rush.
Yeah, it's that easy.
It's that easy. And your Dragon Balls, you can acquire them by using Arts Card with those Dragon Balls on them. So right now on your screen, I think your Blast card
Yeah, my Blast has it.
So try using that. Boop.
Take that.
Well, I mean, I let you.
What? No.
So you have your Rising Rush button showing up.
Right.
So I'm going to talk a bit in detail. Keep in mind, it is a powerful attack, but it doesn't make you invulnerable.
Right.
So it's a lot better to do it during a combo. Maybe you can shoot me with a Ki Blast and then move on to the Rising Rush.
Sure.
And there we go.
Haha, I'm the best.
So you choose one card, I choose one card. I
Clearly didn't
look at the screen, obviously.
You didn't see my card, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, wow.
Oh my god, what a coincidence.
I got it.
So the attack goes through, it deals massive damage.
It sure
does. Unfortunately, this is a debug mode, so Piccolo will not die. I'm cheating.
Right.
But, so, let's just give a simple overview of what just happened. Get 7 Dragon Balls.
7.
Get the button show up.
Rising Rush.
Rising Rush. And then the attacker, the person who used the Rising Rush, will have 4 cards available in front of them.
Right.
Those 4 cards, just like the ones that you have right now on screen, will be the ones that are in your hand currently. Whereas the defender will have all 4 types of arts card available to choose from. Each side will wager a card. If the defender chooses the same card as the attacker, the Rising Rush will fail.
Right.
If it goes through, if the cards are different, then your attack goes through, and you most definitely probably will defeat that character.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Crush my enemies.
Definitely. So, make sure to keep track of maybe what kind of cards the opponent's using. Because those cards that the opponents are choosing from are their own deck. Meaning, if they immediately used a special arts card, there's a very low chance of them being able to choose it again in the Rising Rush.
Okay. I didn't know that either.
The attacker's cards are chosen from their deck. The defender has all 4 choices available.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm learning so much.
So maybe like your attacker is constantly using a blast card. It might be wise to think about how they might have a strike card in their hand and saving it up for a Rising Rush. Oh, another thing about the Rising Rush is the combo that you just saw earlier, they're actually done through those cards that the attacker didn't choose from.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So like, let's say you have 4 choices, one of them is a special arts. You don't choose it as a wager card. The special arts will be used in that Rising Rush combo.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
If you actually want to deal more damage, you might be smarter to leave that special arts card, not to wager. Things like that.
Yeah, okay. No, that's really cool. Seriously, I didn't know any of this.
It changes the animation during the combo too, so. And some of the characters have unique animations like Kaioken Goku.
Right.
His green card's combo is the dive attack that really beat up Nappa.
Yeah.
So another thing to be careful about in Rising Rush is it can be dodged.
Yes.
Have you had that happen to you?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
So that's why you want to make sure you have your Vanishing, And that's why you want to make sure they don't have it.
Gotcha.
The best way to make sure that happens is by connecting it through a combo, like you did earlier. Those cannot be dodged, but they can be alleviated by changing to a different character, maybe.
Right.
But that's really about it. You're still going to take the full heat.
Yeah. It's still a risk depending on the character that you switch to.
Maybe you might panic and maybe switch to a character you didn't want to lose.
Right. Like, if anything, you might accidentally pick the disadvantaged one.
So you got to be careful about that. And another thing, it can actually be stopped by certain attacks.
Oh?
The Rising Rush. Specifically, actually, when I was doing the example fight earlier, I stopped it with a cooler special attack.
Right.
Special attacks can stop Rising Rush.
Is it all special attacks?
Most special attacks.
Okay.
We say most because we might one day come up with special attacks that can't.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. That's in the future. So special attacks will most definitely stop Rising Rush. So maybe when your opponent activates it immediately and there's enough space between you and the enemy, you might want to use that Kamehameha to stop it.
Okay, good to know.
So it should show up on the screen right now, I think. Rising Rush, biggest attack of the game. You want to use it when it's most effective, obviously. But you want to make sure it hits.
Yeah.
Because it can be dodged. Number one, it can be dodged. Will be dodged most likely. And the enemy will anticipate it if you don't use it correctly. And two, you should prioritize using Arts Card with Dragon Balls on them, actually.
Yeah.
Because you want to have that Rising Rush ready in your hand.
In case of anything.
And three, you don't want to waste your Rising Rush. You know, when your opponent maybe has like that sliver of health left.
Oh, yeah.
You want to bother using that Rising Rush?
I mean, if it's the last one.
Well, okay, yeah, that's a given.
I don't want to show them any mercy.
You want them to make sure the last thing they see is a blinding flash of light.
Yes.
But besides that situation,
Right.
you don't want to waste that Rising Rush. You know it deals a lot of damage. And of course, four, in the end, it's a bit of a gambling in terms of whether the Wei Jing card can be guessed or not. It can be in certain situations, maybe you can kind of guess what might be chosen over others. Like, okay, he just used his special arts right before this. If he has it again, that I'm just unlucky then.
Yeah, it's all about math. Counting cards, baby.
Totally. So, 4 big parts about Rising Rush. And just like with cover mechanic, just keep using it. Get the hang of it. Find out maybe there's certain characters that you want to use it more with, or certain characters that you want to receive it with.
Yeah, practice. Practice makes perfect.
Definitely.
So one of the most overlooked things in Dragon Ball Legends PvP when you're playing, you're fighting someone, is tapping. Like tap blast, tap attacks.
Oh yeah, those simple attacks that's not arts card based.
Right.
That is actually very correct. A lot of people kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
You connect your combos with your strike attack, or blast attack, special attacks. You kind of forget that you actually have 2 more moves that you can always do.
Yeah.
Definitely. In fact, you know what? Let's just show how it's done
Okay.
to the viewers and show tips and tricks as to what you can do with them.
Okay.
So let's start off with the tap attacks, the normal melees.
Okay.
Those activate when you are in close range with each other.
Right.
So tap anywhere on the screen that is not on the characters or the cards.
Not on the characters or the cards.
So that was 1 tap. That is 2 taps. And do it 3 more times. There we go. There are actually 3 variations to it. 1 tap where you just bonk him in the face once.
Right.
2 taps where you deal moderate damage, but you can immediately move afterwards. And then 3 taps, like you just show right now, where it pushes the enemy to mid-range.
Right.
It's actually very useful to finish off characters. Like, let's say, for example, you want to finish me off right now. I'm not gonna die because I'm cheating.
How dare
you. How dare I? But in this case, it would normally work if you punched me.
Right.
So it might be a waste to use that strike arts card or that special arts card on somebody with 1 health left.
Yeah, or you just want to show them ultimate humiliation.
Okay, maybe that's another case.
Yeah, it depends on the player.
It depends on the player, but if strictly speaking for, for this video's case,
Right.
you'd maybe like to prioritize keeping those cards in your hand. And another thing, you can actually bait dodges too.
Okay.
So let's take a distance.
Okay.
When you're not in close quarters with the enemy, you tap the screen, and you do that tap blast attack.
Right.
In fact, I'm going to change characters just because Piccolo's immortal. But
He's immortal.
But there's no combo to this one, like with the strike.
Right.
Normal tap attacks. This tap blast is just a single key blast, but on my screen, it shows an exclamation mark. In fact, I'll do one tap blast attack to you.
Okay.
You see that exclamation mark, some people might instinctively dodge.
Right.
I can't tell if you did that for my sake or
No.
if...
No,
Did
that
you
was
genuinely-
just instinct.
So just like that, you can bait dodges like that.
Okay.
A lot of people like to keep a distance between each other
Right.
to make sure they can counter enemies' attack. Well, that's when you might want to use those random tap blasts. It makes it seem like they're actually going to use a Blast Arts card like I'm going to use right now.
Oh, okay.
No mercy. But in actuality, it is just one bonk to the face.
Okay.
It's another technique that a lot of high-level players use. It's
As you can see, I'm not high level.
now you know. But it allows for players to maybe feint and give like those fake attacks and make them waste their vanishing gauge. And the moment you dodge, you're vulnerable unless you change to another character or use a special attack that can maybe block yourself.
Right.
So like let's say you do a normal tap blast attack. I dodge, you can attack immediately, and I don't have anything to defend myself with.
Right.
Unless I change characters, of course.
Right.
So it's another technique that you should maybe keep in mind. Of course, most people should get used to using arts attacks, connecting combos, switching characters, and learning the Rising Rush. Once they get comfortable with the fighting, once they understand like the element factors and such, these are small tips and tricks where it really might change the tide of the game.
Yeah. Wow. That's all really helpful. So, okay, I'm glad.
Normal attacks are one of the best ways to maybe just give moderate damage when you don't have arts card or when you don't want to use that one arts card left.
Right.
And vanishing steps are very important, so you want to make sure the enemy doesn't have it. Feint, use blast art, and not arts, I'm sorry. Blast attacks through tapping the screen and just lure it out.
Yeah.
Make them waste it.
Yeah. Lure them and strategize. It's all good. I'm gonna be a pro. I swear.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to you getting better.